Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we finally do have an official proper announcement from MCOC team addressing the input issues because of the new update. Now, to be 100% honest, if we did not have an announcement by now, I would have made a video asking for where the hell is announcement and why is Kabam not addressing it. Because the communication hasn't been the greatest on this problem. And there are still several things that I think need to be addressed that are not included in this post. But let's break it down and get to the bones of this post. I'm not going to read it out word for word. I will leave it in the video description. I will leave the link to this post in the video description if you want to go through every last bit of it, making sure that I didn't miss anything important. But the point is that they are pushing out a hotfix for these issues, and the hotfix should be out at some point today. That is good. That is great news. However, they are not 100% certain it will address the issue in all instances. So it might as well very well be that you install the hotfix and issues still persist. And that is something that they will have to monitor, which if I was a betting man, I would bet is more likely the case, that not everybody will have these issues corrected because of the nature they were collecting information. They seem to have trouble replicating the problems on some devices and things like that. And, if they do 100% eradicate this newfound issue that a lot of Android players and some iOS users are having, then great. But, I'll believe it when I see it, and meanwhile, I'll remain slightly skeptical about it, just purely based on the past track record that we have had with Kabam. That being said, they will be relying on the player feedback and data after the release of hotfix to determine what they need to do in regards of Alliance War season. It may or may not be cancelled. Currently, there has been no decision made. However, there will be a compensation either way. If they cancel Alliance War Season, we will get our regularly scheduled Alliance War Season rewards. And then at a later date, we will get the compensation based on the tier that you are in. So if you're in Tier 1 Wars, you're going to get better compensation. If you're in Tier 5 Wars, you're going to get something less. And if you're in Tier 9 Wars, then you're going to get less. So it's not going to be based on your placement. It's not going to be based on whether you're in Masters or Platinum or wherever else. It's going to be strictly per Alliance War tier. And this compensation is coming either way, whether the season is cancelled or is not. Also, very important detail. In order to receive Alliance War season rewards, as always, you have to remain in the alliance that you are in. However, after Alliance War season rewards have been paid out, you are free to leave the alliance and you do not have to wait for the compensation in the same alliance, because compensation, it does not require that you remain in the same alliance. So long as you are in a alliance, you will get a compensation. Hotfix is not out yet. However, there are several other things that are quite, weirdly missing from this. The first thing that is important not to miss out is the war that just concluded. The last Alliance War, we had these issues live. It did affect hundreds and hundreds of alliances. Everybody was dying left, right, and center that was affected by these issues. And by no means that war in particular should be counted towards the Alliance War season, whether it is cancelled or not. Now, that obviously gives us some technical issues, because last time Kabam did that, where they actually had the war and they tried to discount it, they ended up messing it up quite spectacularly, and the adjusted placements were all over the place. So that is something that ought to happen, but I am not certain Kabam has technical expertise to make sure it happens smoothly. You see, the previous war that they cancelled this season, they actually cancelled the war. The war never took place. So therefore, you know, your season score was not affected. Your standings in between other alliances was not affected. Your alliance war rating was not affected. None of that. So that's why it worked. But the last time they did try to simply not count a war in a season that had occurred, they made a major mess of it. And this is the same thing. Regardless this hotfix works or not, the last alliance war that just concluded, in my personal opinion, should not be counted. But there is no mention of that at all. So that is something that I do feel that people need to ask, people need to push Kabam at, and that needs to be addressed. And now, perhaps even bigger issue right now is the fact that Alliance Quest started yesterday. And there was, well, first of all, I was quite surprised to see that they went ahead and started the next series of Alliance Quest under the current problems, which obviously raises even more problems. Because Alliance Quest did start, there's a lot of confusion, a lot of people are unable to do their parts, their fights, and, you know, there will be a lot of alliances who fail to clear the map, and there will be even more alliances who do not try to clear the map because it's not feasible for them if the game is in a state that it is right now. And nothing in regards of Alliance Quest has been addressed in this post. And that also cannot simply be overlooked and scraped under the rug. We should not let Kabam just ignore that issue. Fact of the matter is, the game is scuffed as crap. They did start the Alliance Quest, which is something I believe they should not have done. And Kabam has to address it. Now, what is the best or perfect solution there? I do not know. I do not, you know, work for Kabam. It's not my job to figure out what would be the most fair way to address the problem. But it has to be addressed. It's a problem nonetheless. I know personally quite a lot of people who are absolutely frustrated and at their wits' end. One of the nicest people that I know, who is a moderator on my channel, and she is just the most awesome, loveliest person. Even she yesterday went full potty mouth in the private chat in, you know, addressing Kabam and the current situation, because the entire alliance is severely affected by the fact that they did make a decision to start the maps that they normally play, and obviously they are getting their asses whooped. And there's going to be a huge portion of alliances that simply did not know what to do and either didn't start Alliance Quest at all, or maybe started it with 2 battle groups and are losing points because of that, or maybe they just use lower maps. So again, I'm not the type of person who always screams for compensations and everything, stuff like that. And I'm not even sure that compensation is like direct compensation is the way to address this. But Alliance Quest problem has to be addressed. Because right now, at this minute, as I am recording this video, there are people who are getting their asses whooped due to no fault of their own, but Kabam's and their mistakes and their ineptitude to pause the Alliance Quest or delay it for a day. And that is the responsibility of Kabam to, at the very least, try their best to make it right. So as we are discussing these problems, either way, the hotfix does sort this out or not. These are the 2 major points that I feel Kabam failed to address and need to be brought up to light. Therefore, I personally encourage every single one of you tweeting at our champions, posting on forums, and asking the question, what is going to happen with the Alliance War that they forced us to play through with completely broken game? What is going to happen with Alliance Quest that people had to play whilst the input issues are completely busted? Those are very important questions that have severely affected a large portion of player base, and we should not allow Kabam just to slide away from them, not to address them properly. So that is what I think. I think the fact that hotfix is coming as quickly as it is encouraging. I do think that shows determination to sort the issue the best they can. Again, based on their track record, we'll believe it when we see it. But I do think it's a good move there that the hotfix is coming today. But even if it sorts out all the problems, there is still quite a lot Kabam absolutely has to address. And it's up to you and up to us to make sure that they do. This is not me trying to be hateful. This is just me reasonably pointing out the issues that they themselves caused with this screwed up update, which they released and forced players into content that shouldn't have been forced. It's quite simple as that. I do hope that Kabam finds the most effective and best solutions. I do hope that, nothing goes wrong in fixing these problems. And I generally hope that we all get to play a more smooth and better game. But I don't feel I am being overly, unfairly critical or negative towards Kabam when I say that there are many things due to their own fault that they still have yet to address properly. As good as this post was, or as bad as it was, it definitely feels incomplete. Let me know what you guys think about this entire situation, and I will do my best to keep you updated when the hotfix is out, or if we do have any more announcements from Kabam. See you guys later. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about